Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to another Mattel figure series review. So what I wanted to do was just have a look at where we kind of left off last time with the basic range. We've done one video so far and I will put a link in the description to that video because it had a look at Series 1 and Series 2. And so what we're going to do in this video is have a look at Series 3 and Series 4. Now I can tell you that there are some absolutely fantastic figures, some really awesome figures in Series 3 and Series 4. This series came out, I think it was like April, June time in about 2010. So it goes without saying they are amongst the earliest Mattel figures, WWE figures, because that's when they got the contract. I think it was at the end of like 2009. So yes, Series 3, Series 4, there's no need to wait, let's go straight into it. So Series 3 had Chris Jericho, The Undertaker, the Great Khali, Randy Orton, Mickie James and Shelton Benjamin. And we'll stick on Shelton Benjamin because it's not a figure that you see that often. Blonde hair, gold trunks, it says gold standard written down the side. A smiley facial expression. This is a good figure. And as I said, they didn't make loads of Shelton Benjamin figures. I actually don't have any Shelton Benjamin figures in my collection. So this is one that I would be very interested in finding and adding to my collection. So Shelton Benjamin. Next up we've got Mickie James. I think this is a fantastic figure. I think the face is close to perfect. So there's maybe a couple of little tweaks needed, but it is not far off. The ring attire, that blue and gold with the yellow gold boots as well. Big smiley facial expression. She's back in the WWE. I would fully expect another figure soon, but this is awesome. I think this is a great basic. What is not a great basic, something that I think is one of the worst figures in this early series, is Randy Orton. This is just it looks like a kid that's put some makeup on and is pretending to be Randy Orton. I don't normally criticize Mattel figures because they normally do a fantastic job, but this is wide of the mark. I mean, like, there's a few positives. I think the tattoo work looks all right. The ring attire is fine. You can kind of see that it's Randy Orton in the face, but it's just off. It's just really off. Next up, we got the Great Khali, and it's always good to see the Great Khali be in figure form because he is such a big, imposing wrestler. You know, this is really cool face scan. I think the hair type is okay. There's not like loads that they could improve on this. There's not really much more they could have done on this. You know, he was never the most exciting visually other than his height. And they have captured that. It's got Punjabi written down the side. I think it was like Punjabi Playboy, wasn't it? Doesn't it have, should have like Playboy, I think, down the other leg. But yeah, it could have done with a better facial expression. But yeah, this figure is all about the height. This figure, you put it on a shelf next to your other figures, put it next to like the women for a laugh, or Hornswoggle, and then you'll really see what this figure is all about. It's big, it's imposing, it is the Great Khali. Next up, talking of big and imposing, maybe the biggest, most imposing wrestler of all time, The Undertaker. This is Series 3. Decent figure, loads of tattoo detail. Love the elbow pad, which I know is maybe a weird thing to say, but it's kind of an accessory in a way. Not sure about the jet black hair, and then he's got like brown facial hair. It looks a little bit weird. I can't remember if that is a look that he was rocking. or if this is just a little bit off from Mattel's point of view. I don't remember him looking like this. But yeah, you know, it's okay. There's enough in here for me to say that it's a decent figure, but there are definitely better Undertaker figures that come much later into the line. The final one we're going to have a look at, and again I think the same is true for this, Chris Jericho figure. It's an okay figure. There are definitely better Chris Jericho figures further into the line. I like the face scan. Body type's okay. The boots and the kick pads are probably the best part of this figure. It's plain. It's red attire. Hair sculpt's all right. Nothing really to get too excited for there. For me though, this was still a good series. You know, that Mickie James figure in particular, very strong. Shelton Benjamin, just because, you know, we didn't get that many, is interesting. Great Khali is always interesting. So not a bad series, Series 3. And that brings us to Series 4. These figures were out around the same time, April, June of 2010. You've got Dolph Ziggler, you've got Goldust, MVP, Matt Hardy, Shawn Michaels, and William Regal. And we might as well stick on that William Regal figure. It has a great facial expression. Black and gold ring attire, I think, is very classy. Hair doesn't look quite like the picture, which is just a small criticism that I have. But I like this figure. I think that it's a very strong entry into the basic line. And you have to remember as well that this is 7 years ago at the time of recording this. So it's cool. It looks cool for an early basic. Another figure that looks cool for an early basic, Shawn Michaels. What a figure. Look how awesome that attire is. I think the face scan is very strong. The hair type is fine. Body type maybe a little bit off. That red and black ring attire looks absolutely awesome. Really impressive. I mean, you can put that on your shelf. It's going to stand up next to Elites. It looks quality. It looks class. It's an iconic look for Shawn Michaels. You know, it's a shame it doesn't come with accessories, but if it did, it would be an Elite. I think for a basic, judging this as a basic, I think that is an excellent Shawn Michaels figure. Next, we've got Matt Hardy. I know we're all desperate for a new Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy figure. Hopefully we do get one. I think the body type on this, again, it's a little bit pale. This is obviously well before the broken gimmick, so there's no like highlights in the hair, or, you know, he hasn't got like a crazed look in his eyes. I think the hair sculpt is fine. I really like the forearm straps. It's a nice detail. Great boot detail as well. There's a little bit to this figure. I think I'm more just excited to talk about a Matt Hardy figure. So it's cool, but you've got to go all the way back to Series 4 if you want this. Next up, we've got MVP, and I honestly think this is one of the best basics in the early series. It's awesome. Look at the detail, look at the face scan, look at the hair sculpt. It's even got the little strip around the nose. I really like the detail and the ring attire on his jacket, down the arm. He's got the zip on the front. There's just loads to this figure, loads of detail. You can tell they took their time over this. So MVP, again, someone that we've not had a figure of for a long, long time. Obviously because he's not been in WWE for a long, long time. But for me, it just makes it even more special, even more desirable. Next, we've got Goldust. And I honestly thought that he was wearing ladies' clothing in this, like lingerie, underwear kind of a thing, at first glance. That would be so cool because he did in the 90s. He had that match against, was it Roddy Piper? And Roddy Piper ripped the catsuit off and he was wearing ladies' underwear underneath. I mean, obviously it's not very PG, it's a little bit more risky, but I just, oh man, that would be, maybe that would be a figure you have to ask for behind the counter. You don't normally get like bad Goldust figures, and this is not a bad Goldust figure. I think it's very strong. We've just been spoilt with some like exceptional Goldust figures. gold and black, as you would imagine. I just think it's excellent. I think it looks really cool. If you don't have a Goldust figure, you really should get one, because just on the shelf next to your figures, it's gonna stand out. It looks awesome. And the final figure in Basic Series 4 is Dolph Ziggler, and this is a very cool Dolph Ziggler figure. An iconic look for him. It's very much him cashing in. It's black attire, smug facial expression. Looks like he's wearing gloves as well. I can't quite tell, but looks like he is. I just think that this is when he was at his absolute best, and if I think of Dolph Ziggler, this is what I think of. Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you missed the look at Series 1, Series 2 of the basic line, then jump down into the description. You'll find a link to that video. And obviously we'll have a look at Series 5, Series 6 very, very soon. So if you like the video, let me know. Give it a like, hit the subscribe, all that good stuff. But hopefully I'll see you again next time anyway. Bye for now.